All right, friends, today we're going to be working on a Shimano XT brake lever. This is from the 8000 or 81 series, but the procedure will work for a lot of the Shimano brakes, including the SLX and even the XTR. So what's happened is the internal piston has started leaking, and now I have brake fluid collecting here on the brake, and so we're going to remove the lever and then open it up and see if we can replace the piston with an aftermarket one. I'll be doing a separate review for this aftermarket piston in another video. I've already got one video out already that shows you how to both remove and then replace the actual brake blade here. And so we're not going to go into detail about how to do that. You can watch it in the other video. Otherwise, stand by as we launch through this. Okay, so now we've got, excuse me, now we've got the brake blade off. We need to clean this out so we can see how to get in here and take care of the rest of this. Okay, once we get the lever off, now we need to try to slip this piston out. And what we're going to try to do is apply some downward force and then some side force to see if we can get this piston to rotate in its slot there. Okay, we're going to try this again using some pliers to see. Don't want to, just like that. So you can see how easy that is. Just a little bit of help here with, now it's going to come out just like that. See it, the whole system needs to be cleaned up, which we will do before we put it back together. Now, for the lever, we've got these hard plastic guides on the inside, and you might need to get a screwdriver to pull on these and get them to come out, but that side is going to pop out pretty easily. This side might be a little harder, so I'm going to get a little screwdriver here. Actually, before we start doing that, we're going to go ahead and back this screw out, the free stroke screw. And I don't even think you need to take it all the way out. What you'll see when you do that is it will get to a point where it disengages from what's happening here, and that will give a little bit of room. It will relieve some of the pressure that will allow us to get this cap off. See that? Now I can get underneath here a little bit better. It doesn't want to release, it doesn't really want to release here. It's almost like it's pinned down here. Okay, so it doesn't seem to want to come loose here. So what I'm going to do is apply some pressure from the outside here. See, and there it came loose. I can get that screwdriver now in all the way around. Slowly applying pressure, trying to get it to pop out. It still seems to be it's stuck down here. So just applying pressure down there, I felt it release. So I'm going to try to muscle this out with my fingers. Okay, going back to pliers or maybe some tweezers if you've got some. Just pulled on that and it came right out. And then just want to see what's going on here. This is this part, it goes in like this, And that gives us complete access now to our piston, and you can see mine is, the spring seems to be working well. There's the piston right there. I'll let the Allen key through, but I can see that my piston's sticking out here a little bit. So I'm gonna see if I can grab it. There it comes. So that's the piston. And then I've got a spring that goes down in there. And now see, you can see there's a tiny little hole there that there's no way, unless you've got like a miniature Allen key or something, that you could put in that hole. No way to push it out from that side. But that's how we've opened it up and been able to pull the piston out. And so now we're going to try to replace it with this aftermarket one and see how that goes. Okay, now that we've got everything out, we need to clean this out really, really well. So I'm gonna head off to the kitchen and get this all cleaned out, get all that gunk out of there so that the reassembly doesn't include any of this debris that might choke up the piston. We'll come back when everything is done. Okay, everything's been cleaned up and I think it's time for us to start putting it back together. So what we want to do to start with is get a little bit of mineral oil that we're going to use to kind of grease things up as we reinsert it or put it back in. So there's my piston, there's the spring. I'm going to get a little bit of mineral oil and I'm going to lightly grease the seals. And then we're going to drop spring down in there. And then we're gonna put the seal back, the piston back, just using thumb pressure, push it back in here. And that was nice. I can feel from that seal is much better, much stronger than the one that was in there before. So that's a good sign. Okay, and then once we have that in there, then we got to put these pieces that act as the guide back into place. And you can remember this small one goes on the same side as the screw. Feels a bit tricky, but you have a bigger hole and a smaller hole. And the bigger hole is gonna go into the pivot point here, which means that that smaller hole is gonna line up right there just like that. And that's this side. This side's gonna be a little trickier because now we have this funky piece that has to go in, as well as the guide that fits onto the wall. So we'll show you how to do that in a sec. Okay, now for the other side, including this lever that's used for the free stroke. So it'll only go in one way because part of it's got to sit underneath this section here where the screw touches it. Okay, now you can kind of get it lined up, and then the easiest thing to do is to push the piston down to engage it. So I'm gonna put a Allen key in there and I'm gonna engage it. And then I'm gonna try to get this piece to sit right where I want it to sit. And then you can double check from the backside that you've got it somewhat in the right place. And then while it's sitting down in there, then we're gonna take this side plate and try to line it up and install it. But also trying to make sure that that thing is doing its job in there. So again, just a matter of, so you can see if you come here from the side, it's at that angle right there and it needs to be laying flat. So I've got something way off in there. So I'm just trying to set this down in here. So I'm not getting the lower piece to snap in. And because of that, the weight of the piston on it is causing it to come undone. So back in there with my fingers trying to make it sit low again. Tricky. There we go. I don't know if you saw that, but basically you're just going to have to wrestle with it until you can see from here that it's lined up right. From here, it's lined up right. And from here also, it's lined up right. And then this side thing is buckled into place, and my top one needs to go in a little bit more. There it goes. And now I'm ready to install the driver here, which I'm going to use my pliers for to set it back into place. Okay, so just starting with it turned, and make sure the ball joint, the ball is sitting down there in the pocket for it. And then we're just going to apply a little bit of pressure and then see if we can rotate it back into place. That's it. Now, I do need to screw this back, make sure that that connects up the way it's supposed to. Yeah. Making contact, pushing down. There we go. So that's how you replace the piston. You can use your previous one if you feel comfortable with that, maybe after you replace these seals, especially if the body's not cracked or whatever, but not a problem to just go ahead and change over to these aftermarket that use the aluminum, stainless steel, or titanium, whatever that material is, to make it happen. And at this point, I'm going to refer you to my other video to show you how to put the lever blade back on here. For this, you'll need these other parts that we have remaining, the primary pin and the spring, and then we've got the retaining screw that will hold it all together, plus the grommet that kind of keeps that retaining screw clean. So at this point, please check out my other video and you'll figure out how to get the lever back on. But that is how you replace the piston on a Shimano SLX brake lever. Again, this is the 8100 series, but will work on other ones as well.